morning, beautiful souls, and happy Sunday to you all. I often jump on here and say, I hope you've had an amazing week. But after all the contrasting energies that I was experiencing this week, not me as an individual, but from clients or friends and family and all that sort of stuff, I think some of you have actually experienced quite a brutally contrasting kind of week. So I think this message is going to be very, very poignant and valuable for everybody today, because I think everybody needs a little bit of relief. Every circumstances has been different for each individual, but at the end of the day, what this week has been for many is a massive lesson learning week. You know, it's about taking the time to take a step back and identify the ways that you conduct yourself in contrasting. And I say contrasting, that usually means, when something doesn't go your way or, a problem arises or something like that. But this has been a massive lesson learning week for a lot of people. And I personally have had to master the art of not getting involved or emotionally invested into other people's contrasts and lessons this week. So once again, we're here. It's Sunday. The week is over. I do hope that you are taking the time to soothe yourself and to understand that when things go wrong in life, that means it's time for us to sort of have a look at our own lives and understand why we're manifesting such experiences into our own lives. It is all very karmic. So it's basically what thoughts, feelings, attitudes, all that, whatever vibration you've put into the past is finally coming up and catching up with you. So this reading today is going to be very interesting. I had to say that straight off the bat because usually I'm like, oh, how's your week been and all that sort of stuff. But after the week that I've experienced, that others have experienced, it's been kind of tough. So if you're new here, hello. Bit of a weird intro, but my name is Miss Psychic D. I am a natural born intuitive for spirit. I just share what spirit what people need to know right now to help them move forward. I specialise in personal development and law of attraction. So if they are topics that really interest you, then I am the reader for you. So we're going to get stuck straight into it. Every Sunday I jump on here and give the Mass Conscious Collective, myself included, something that spirit feel we need to know from this moment forth. So this could be predictions, guidance, insight, bit of support, can be anything. Nothing's ever scripted. I just read energetic timelines. So I either do that for the Mass Conscious Collective or I do it for you as an individual if you book a private session with me. So one more thing before I get started, please understand I am only taking bookings now up until Wednesday. I think there's only a few spots left because I'm actually moving. I'm taking time off from next Thursday. Don't remember the dates off the top of my head, but to the following week. So I'm not going to take all the time that I need. If you do want to book in and have a private session and help get some clarity and direction in your life, please do so by Wednesday next week. I do have my special still going for October. It's $66 for a 1 hour session with me via the phone. So, but if you want to get a FaceTime or a Zoom or anything like that, that's at its normal price. So if you're an Australian resident and you want to have a bit of insight and guidance with me before I nick off for a few days at the end of the next week, then please, by all means, get on top of it because I think from memory, there's only a few spots left. So, yeah. All right, we're going to get stuck straight into it. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, liked, and shared all that sort of stuff. Basically, I'm an energy reader, so I'm reading your energy. If you leave likes, subscribed, and invested energy on any of my platforms, but more specifically, I'm reading on this platform, this reading may, serve you well. All right. So the first card that jumped out was a tough end is the end of a tough cycle approaches. I'm getting downloads. See, the cards just help me keep a timeline and a guide so I don't go all over the shop. This has been coming out week on end. And I think it's really, really close, if I'm honest, like considering what I've experienced as a reader and what's been going on with family and friends around me. I've been helping so many people this week. It's actually been unbelievable, which is good. I'm happy to help, but I've noticed the contrast. I don't think one person got out of it unscathed. I don't think one person I know didn't reach out to me this week and say, look what happened to me, what am I doing now? So please know that if that's you and you are experiencing massive contrast, that the end of this tough cycle is approaching, and it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with it. It's time for everybody to start learning their lessons, to start taking some ownership of their lives, to, give apology or accept apology where, I hate using the word closure, but where old chapters are ending. We need to find peace in these situations at the moment. So instead of using closure, I'd like to say finding peace. You need to find peace with where you are and understand that no one's ever perfect. We are all manifesting from the vibration which we are sitting in each and every day. So if you are experiencing something in your now, but it's something that happened maybe years and years and years ago, there's a reason for it. You are meant to be purging it. You're meant to be releasing it. You're meant to be replacing it with something better. And it's basically like a massive reset. So the trick for me, I've done all that already. I've done that over the last couple of weeks, but the trick for me now is to put in positive action, like inspired action onto it. And it's very difficult when you have ongoing habits and behaviors and all that sort of stuff going on. So take it easy on yourselves, you guys. It is time to take action here. So this is about taking control back of your own life. And they're really pulling me towards, you're either the victim or the victor at the moment. Reading for mass conscious, it can go either way. So are you choosing to be a victim in your current reality, or are you choosing to be a victor and to take some responsibility for your life and start manifesting more deliberately what it is that you want? Because either which way, this is going to sound very similar to my last reading last Sunday, but I think the difference between that is last Sunday's insight was a heads up, and I think this week people have experienced in their real life what we were given a heads up about last week, if that just made sense. So please know that the end of this cycle is approaching, and it's going to be totally dependent on the positive choices that you make for yourself moving forward. We still get what do you need to release card here. So nothing's going wrong, guys. Sorry about my finger. I banged it yesterday and ripped the nail off. It's so goodness. Anyway, nothing's going wrong, guys. It's all a lesson learning. Please try to avoid becoming the victim, finding fault, finding blame, worry about how everyone else is conducting their life, how they do it. That's none of your business. If you've been on the raw end of a deal, so to speak, or you've been inadvertently caught up in other people's choices and decisions, it's actually saying more about them than it is about you. So make sure you stay in your own lane, make your own positive choices from this moment forth as to how you're going to deal and cope with this situation for your highest good and your future, and move on from it. So yeah, it was definitely a releasing kind of week indeed. So yeah, look at the bigger picture. That's what they're always telling us to do. It's time to look at the bigger picture. So everything is happening for a reason at the moment. It's either going to make you better or it's going to make you very bitter. That's a personal choice that you need to make for yourself. I actually am very proud of myself this week because some of the situations of others that have come towards me where people have reached out for me just for support, I'm very proud of myself that I actually just stood like the fence sitter and I didn't emotionally get caught up in their angst, in their injustice and all that sort of stuff. So you may be in the same position as I am, sort of just being caught in the middle of everybody else's to and fro's or whatever. So it's really important to be the fence sitter right now and not take sides, and understand that everything that's going on right now is for us to learn our own individual lessons, and that's karma. That's karma. Some of you do need to be bold and make the first move. So if you can actually take a look at your life and release that perfectionism and all that sort of stuff and say, you know what, I caused this. I created this. It was my words. It was my actions. It was, the choices that I made that actually manifested this into my experience. Then you're going to go great guns. That's what this energy over this past week could be leading into next week is all about. Or if you're someone at the end, on the other end of the scale, where you've been the recipient of someone else's, bitter words and actions and deceit and all that sort of stuff, then it's about you saying, well, how can I step up into my power and maintain that so I don't have this happen again? So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We'll get some wisdoms. That one literally wanted to jump out. All right, so the Y card jumped out. Once again, I'm not reading the card meanings. I like to show you because people like the visual side of it as well. But the Y card to me is that some of you may be needing to learn to do something new. They're telling me knowledge is power. And they're saying you've got a great story. So if you are someone that does have a really good story where you have come a long way, or you've reached the end of a chapter in your life where you may, because they just told me advocacy as well, so you may be wanting to jump up and jump out there and start sharing your story with people, I would really encourage you to do that, because Spirit always said to me right at the beginning, I thought no one's ever going to want to hear what I have to say, and you know, that's my business. Like, why would I want to bombard everything that's happened to me onto other people, yada, yada, yada. But they just basically said to me back in the day, you know, you may not know as much as some, but you know more than others, so go and help those others. And in this time of this great awakening where people are waking up and all that sort of stuff, you know, they find great comfort in knowing that other people have been through what they've been through. They need the skills and the strategies to know how to get through things. You know, they may not do it exactly how you did it, but if you can give anyone some inspiration right now and sort of help them through, please do that. And if you're on the other end of the stick where you don't know what to do and you're stuck and you need a solution or a strategy or a skill or something, please reach out and get the support that you need. It's very, because I feel like if I'm in the mass conscious collective, I'm questioning things right now. There's like the big question mark over my head. So if you can, do your research, ask the questions, reach out for support, do what you can to get the answers that you need. It is about stepping up into your power. Definitely, this is a Phoenix Rising card to me. This is people stepping more into their masculine and taking ownership of their lives, just that little bit more. There is a massive rebirth happening in the collective energies as well on the planet. So you're either going to be a part of that or you're going to be really feeling unsettled. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people are waking up and they're getting their groove back. That's how I feel. They're getting their groove back. Oh, shivers. That's a lot. So yeah, so we got a change in the wind and orphan card. So some of you either need to come back to yourself and spend some time alone, most definitely, so you can work your energy and your emotions and your thoughts through this, honor yourself with that time and space. And you know, if you need to tell other people that you need this time and space to do what you need to do, that's perfect. Do that, but use your time wisely and use it constructively and be more proactive. That's part of this yang energy here. Or some of you are being asked to step out of this energy. So this can be that you're purposefully or choosing to isolate yourself and turn a blind eye and just cover up and this isn't happening. It's sort of like a denial kind of energy. So if that's you, it's time to wake up and step into your masculine and start giving birth to new ideas. Be around people who are doing it. Get amongst more of the influencers who are sharing their knowledge, who are here for the greatest good of all, you know, trying to raise the vibration, because we do have a change in the wind here. There is a shift coming. A lot of you can feel it, but some of us need to sift and sort through what's no longer serving us or serving the greatest good of all, and we're making positive, inspired action steps towards that. Or, we are facing the wrath of our past decisions and actions and choices. So it's going to be different for everybody. We did get building blocks that jumped out as well. So it's about, part of a rebirth is the rebuilding. So if you don't feel energetically energized right now and you are struggling to move forward, just think about yourself, where you see yourself in 3, 6, 12 months time. You know, what would you like to be doing? What does it look like? How does it feel to you? Go into the feeling space of it. Use your imagination. Go into the visualization. It doesn't mean you have to put physical action into it just yet, but something that you are building and creating, whether it's by default or deliberately, is coming into fruition right now, because the end of a tough cycle is approaching. I just feel like as a collective energy, things are going to get more relaxed than you actually realize. It just depends on what part of this game that you're choosing to play. You can make life easier for yourself, simplify it, really get a little bit more attentive on, I said attentive, and stand your ground comes out, because our ships are coming into port. We are fully supported by divine and source first and foremost, but others around us. We are heading into more better times. I love it when the tarot start coming out because they haven't lied all week. I get the emotions in this sort of stuff and the contrast and all that, but as soon as I get into the tarot, which is my fortune telling tool, it tells a better picture. So anyway, it's really important that you take a look at your life. And it's really important that you realize that everything that you're experiencing in your life is a byproduct of how you think and feel. If it's serving you well, you're going to be very successful here. I can see it coming up. If you don't know, it's time to learn new ways of doing things. It's time to step up in your power. Be very mindful of who you give your time, energy, and attention towards and focus on. It really is. A lot of grounding is needed here. So if I was to guide you anyway from this moment forth for next week, is to really ground your energies. Here we go. It's mindsets that are letting people down. Here are the opportunities that have been coming in. And I've been bantering on about it. I've been saying for the last 2 weeks of October, there are many, many, many opportunities coming in for a lot of people. And it's going to come in a way where you're not expecting it. You know what I mean? So many people say, well, I've applied for that house, so I'm going to get that house. And they get very tunnel visioned on it. And Spirit is saying, no, this can come in so many different ways. So loosen up a little bit. Just trust that everything happens in divine orchestration, divine timing. Divine intervention is at play here, but are you following your intuition, or you're going with your logic, or in this energy of not knowing what to do? That's sort of like an aimless type energy. You need to fit yourself in where we're saying, but at the end of the day, if you are making some proactive steps in your life and you are really, really focusing on your thoughts and your mindset, if you haven't seen already in my shorts and over on TikTok, I'm sharing affirmations daily, which you can start, just don't have to put too much effort into it, so to speak, but just go on, have a read. We're just retraining our brains at the moment. So there's another resource that I'm putting out there for you guys. On Facebook every morning I do a daily sort of message for anyone who can take it over there. I know I'm doing my best to sort of help people move forward, but I think as a conscious collective, some people are consciously choosing the drama and the victimhood and how everything's happened to them and how everything's an injustice and all that sort of stuff. Or some people are learning new ways to build themselves out of this. We have a hard, fast change coming in, and it's coming in really soon. I can feel it. 1 to 3 weeks. I think last week I said 2, 4, 6 weeks, and now I want to say 1 to 3 weeks. In the next 1 to 3 weeks, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. There's going to be a significant change, and it's going to be very abrupt. I feel like I'm like a volcano. I'm just very abrupt, and it's going to come out of nowhere. So hopefully it is this opportunity and options that I've been seeing coming in for everybody. It's going to be different for everybody. I do feel like there's a lot of communications attached to this. So this could be just a positive communication that's coming in for you, or it can be a physical manifestation. It's going to be different for everybody. But anyway, so at the moment we've got the Empress here. So this is the birth of new ideas. This can be pregnancy and birth. So if that's you, congratulations. If you don't want this, then I'd keep them shut, if you know what I mean. But the Empress to me represents, a lot of people are probably really in touch with their feminine side, and it's time to get into the yang energy and balance out the masculine and feminine energies within themselves. Or if you're very much in your masculine, which is me, you are being guided to sort of tap into this more mothering, nurturing, caring side. So I know this, for example, in my own life, I'm very in my masculine. I'm very strong and independent and resilient, and I think I'm very emotionally mature and intelligent and all that sort of stuff. But sometimes I do lack this self-care, self-love, self-nurturing side to me. So that's what I mean. That's what everyone needs to do right now. They've got to stop putting everybody else on a pedestal if they've got more than them, or looking down on people if they don't have as much as what they have, and to create that balance in themselves and start having a look at their own lives and go, you know what? It's okay. Nothing's going wrong. Everything's going right. I just need to work this out. I need to do a bit of self-love. Come back to my now. This change is in the wind anyway. If I don't know how, I'm going to find out a way to do it. I just have to make the first move in my life. I need to sit there and go, I need to change. I need to change so the things that I manifest and whatever what I'm experiencing is going to change as well. Because the end of this tough cycle is approaching. From what I'm seeing, it's mindsets and thought processes and people being too logic about stuff that is letting them down. There is opportunity and offers here, absolutely. But are you looking at the bigger picture or are you looking at the problem? It's going to be so individual. All right. So here we go. These are the energies who believe that things are happening to them rather than knowing and understanding that things are happening for them. So I think a lot of us are being encouraged to break out. Some are on their way, some are pretty far from it. It's going to be different for everybody. But there's a hard, fast change coming into everybody's lives one way or another here. And I've got this in the next 1 to 3 weeks. If you're following your intuition, with the High Priestess here, if you've been following your intuition, following your internal guidance, trust it. They're saying trust it. A lot of you are receiving spiritual downloads right now. Your ear may ring. You may have a dream about it. It's going to come to you in so many different ways. Sometimes you could just be driving down the street and you'd usually go right, but there's something in your head saying, go left, go left, go left. You know, follow that from this moment forth. If you have come to a point of your life and you have thought, God, I wish I never trusted them. Sort of you're seeing other people's true colors and all that sort of stuff. Spirit is saying, don't beat yourself up over it. It's happening for a reason. They're showing you the real them. And it's up to you now whether you can make a choice as to whether you still want to play in their playground or whether you're best to go and, you know, go on the roller coaster for a while at the theme park. You know, so like I say, nothing's going wrong at the moment. Everybody is stronger than they give themselves credit for, but it's up to us to drop our burdens, our anxieties, our worries, our energetic and emotional investment into the stuff ups that other people are making. So honestly, I feel like I'm like a nosy neighbor right now, and I'm me, you know, and I'm creating my own reality, but I'm sticking my nose over someone else's fence and I'm having a look at what they're doing and you know, what's going wrong in their neighborhood, and then I'm going and telling that person. It's like, why? So stay in your own yard, mow your own lawn, go back into self, look at the bigger picture, make some first positive moves if you need to. So that could be through apology, that could be through, hey, I'm available for that appointment, like, you know, actually applying for things. Because there is definitely an offer, an opportunity coming in, and you don't want to miss this. You really don't want to miss this. It's coming in. All right, we'll get some oracles. I hope in the next couple of weeks, the energy of these cards, this will change. Yeah, look at that. So now's the time to make a decision. Are you going to be bitter or are you going to get better? That's a decision. You may not know which direction you're going to go in. You may not know what to do in any circumstances, but you need to define how you want to feel in this life. That's the main importance right now, because this change is coming in anyway. So you're either going to cop the brunt of it or you're going to appreciate and enjoy the triumph of it. So make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. What feels best for me right now? Don't put certainty on it or anything like that. Just make a decision and run with it. It's really important that you pay attention. I know, and those in the Spiritual Shack, the group on Facebook, if you're not there, you can come over and join, but we are getting a lot of signs. I don't usually typically connect with numbers, but numbers are my thing this week. I'm getting 555, 111s, 11111, 888. I'm getting all those, and that's your spirit's way to saying you're making the right choices, Dan. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Nothing's going wrong. Everything's going right. Keep going. Keep smiling. Have another glass of water. That's what symbology and messages and signs mean to me. If you are experiencing feathers, coins, music, smells, anything, I think a lot of, I know for myself this week, I've given a lot of mediumship readings, which is something I don't usually advertise, but I'm developing, so to speak, and they've been smack on. So I've got a feeling that some of you are being connected by receiving messages from your loved ones. So if you've been calling out for help or asking if they're okay or anything like that, If you didn't get it this week, then you can expect it from the following week, that your ancestors and your loved ones, friends, family, whoever, guides, they're all trying to contact you at the moment, but they can't contact you. They will never drop their energy to your level. So you need to do your meditations, you need to breathe, you need to connect with nature, you need to get back into alignment, and you need to raise your vibration through food as well, so they can connect with you much easier. And we do get playtime. So if you're feeling really stuck, orphaned, worried, concerned, why not just have a bit of a play? Try not to figure it all out. Get out of your logic, have some play, you know. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestations. So if nothing's manifesting in your life right now, it's just a time to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more playful. Take a load off. We've been so programmed in this life to believe that if you're not actively doing something, you know, hustling, you know, if you're not actively hustling and doing all that sort of stuff, then nothing's going to come to you. But that's far from the truth. When you know the law of attraction and you do fully understand that how you think, how you feel, and how you project your energy out into this universe is how it actually comes back to you. Yeah, you're going to be struggling for a while. So we did get the treasure chest, and I feel like this is attached to that 1 to 3 weeks that I got earlier. The treasure chest is an unexpected windfall, an offer, an opportunity, something that is going to be very significant, that has the potential to change your life. So I would love it if you guys could really encourage and nurture yourself and become the empress here and really start loving and nurturing yourself so you can align with what this is that's coming in. I'd love to say specifically what it is, but I can't because it's individual to everybody else, to you. But there is something that is of value that's going to honestly change your life. It could be money. It could be a wonderful offer. It could be a new home if you're looking for one. It can be that romantic relationship. It can be a new job. It can be a new car. It can be anything. But if you're focused on the absence of it and you're going into the injustice and you're acting like a victim and you're standing on the fence looking out over into everybody else's backyard and, you know, sharing the story of how they've done you wrong and all that sort of stuff, you're putting your foot on the brake. It slows the momentum of what is actually coming in for you, and that's an injustice in itself. So it's definitely coming in. So maybe try and find ways to feel more lucky this week, if that's you. And really try, just because it's not here yet, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It doesn't mean it's not coming at all. It just means that you need to get into more vibrational alignment with what it is that you want. All right, so we're going to get 3 deities from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, and you can take one and communicate with them from this moment forth. You can just embrace their message or do what you want. Pick one, pick all 3, whatever. All right, so let's have 3 of these, eh? All right, the first card we got is all the names I can't pronounce. Cernanos, life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So this goes back to that Empress energy. You know, it's kind of like the bitter and better kind of energy as well. So you're either going to turn your pain into passion. I think I said right at the beginning about if you've got a story to tell, feel free to start a blog. Start sharing it on social media. Start writing a book if that's what you want. Start inspiring people through what you've been through. Share with them what you did and start bloody helping people rise up or feel like they've got an outlet to turn to, because those who have been there, done that, you know, it's the same, be more relatable. So yeah, lovely. There's a synonymous. Sorry to be disrespectful with your name, but I can't pronounce it. So yeah, and then we got Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond your current challenges and focus on what you desire. Every week, these 3 cards always come out with saying what the message is. So move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. Look at the big picture. Be bold, make the first move. The end of a tough cycle is approaching. We're balancing out our masculine and feminines right now, and it's time to mow your own lawn, to stay in your own lane. Get back to it. And then we have Odin, which is psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is and follow your intuition. So there you are, guys. they're just reiterating exactly what I've just said in this whole timeline of things. So are you going to choose from this moment forth to get better or stay bitter? If you choose bitter, then okay. But if you choose to get better, start reading, start researching, start investing your precious time and energy into your knowledge, into your power, into meditating so you can receive your spirit-led downloads so they can help guide you to where they believe is for your highest good. You can book in for a reading because I will only ever share with you myself what is for your highest good, even if it does mean releasing some things that you've got very strong karmic connections with. It's going to be totally up to you. But either which way, for us all as a mass conscious collective, there's going to be a hard, abrupt, fast change coming in. It's going to happen within the next 1 to 3 weeks. And for the creators, I feel like it's going to be exactly what you've been asking for. For those who have been creating by default, then it can still be good, but I just feel like there's not enough. I feel like the energies at the moment is lack and loss, and there's not enough. So, yeah. So anyway, that's what I have for you guys. I hope that all made sense. I hope you all have an amazing week. Once again, if you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thanks, a little bit of an energy exchange, all the links are down below. I am back on with Ben tomorrow from Inspired Action. So if you want to jump over, it's going to be 12:30 New South Wales time, 11:30 Queensland time. And if you're overseas, you may have to adjust your, check the time converters for when it is for you. But I will be on with Ben tomorrow at 11:30, 12:30, whenever. Bloody daylight savings. And if you do want to book in for a reading, please do so before Wednesday because I will be off from Thursday until whenever because I'm moving my way up the coast. So I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, I hope you all have an amazing week. I love you so much. So much love to you and your family. And I'll see you next time. Bye.